So I'm not going to stand here all night and tell a load of rubbish jokes and bore you all to tears. I'll leave that to Robin.
Please.
Without further ado, pass you on to Robin. Hello, Robin.
My arm's kidding.
I'm trying to concentrate at the minute.
I wasn't sweating enough already. Alright, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon everyone. For any of you lucky enough still not to have met me yet, my name's Robin and I'm the best man. I couldn't believe it when Ben ran out of options and asked me to do the job. It's a great honour, a sign of our friendship, and it means a great deal to be asked. When Ben and Vicky told me where they were planning to have the wedding, I was absolutely buzzing. I love a wedding in a beautiful and exotic location. Unfortunately, everywhere in Leighton Buzzard was booked, so we've all been dragged out into the parade. No, seriously, it's an awesome venue. It's been a great week, and watching Ben and Vicky tie the knot today has been the icing on the cake. On behalf of everyone, I'd like to thank both Vicky and Ben's parents for making today possible. I'd also like to thank, on behalf of the bride and groom, Vicky's bridesmaids. I think you've done a great job, and I'm sure Vicky would like me to let you know how proud she is of you all. You all look fantastic, and you've only been eclipsed by Vicky herself, who I'm sure everyone will agree looks absolutely stunning. Ben, as always, just looks stunning. He's tried his best to look smart today, but you can't polish a turd, eh, boys? As they say in marriage though, it's for better for worse, and that couldn't be any more fitting today because Ben couldn't have done any better and Vicky, you certainly couldn't have done any worse. I've known Ben, what is that, birds or something? I've known Ben for around 15 years. I've known Ben for around 15 years now. We became mates at high school and somehow we've remained friends to this day, which is remarkable really, considering it's been a friendship based on taking the piss and trying to get one over on each other. Well, Stalin, considering I've got a microphone in my hand addressing a room full of pissed up people, I don't think you're going to win this one. So what kind of kid was Ben growing up? Well, a parent-teacher evening one night at school, I can tell you he was described as lazy, uninterested, easily led, and overall a bit dim. Let's face it, if his dad doesn't know him, then no one does. In fairness, Ben applied himself to his schoolwork a lot better than I did. If I didn't have mates like him to annoy and ridicule all day, I probably wouldn't have bothered turning up at all. I remember him being particularly good at maths. You know where this is going, don't you? He always looked forward to it. And although he'd never admit it, we all believed there was only one reason why. He had a massive crush on our maths teacher. He'd always be on his best behaviour, always had his hand up, and on numerous occasions I used to catch him staring at their arse. We used to tease him non-stop about this and he found it unbearable. So, for a laugh, I thought I'd ring up the school and try to get a letter of congratulations from said teacher. And I've actually got that letter here. Well, I did have, but I've left it over there, so I'm going to get it now. It's here.
Well, you have got it.
I swear to God, I've not even read this myself yet. As you can see, it's still sealed in the envelope. And it reads, Dear Ben, how flattered I was to hear that you had a crush on me when I used to teach you in maths class. And how disappointed I am to hear of your pending marriage. If only I'd known then what I know now. You were always my favourite. Despite how sexy and handsome your good friend Robin was, accurate, I always preferred the geeky look. And yours was the geekiest of all. I suppose it would be inappropriate of me to ask you to change your mind and break off the wedding, so I'll just have to say congratulations. I am, however, available for home tutoring, so get your pencil ready and I'll bring the rubbers. P.S. That was inappropriate. P.S. Give me a call if she lets herself go. All my love, Mr. Martin.
Mr. Martin. It was almost the teacher as well.
It was towards the end of our school life that Ben met Victoria. He was soon over Mr. Martin, as he'd found himself a better arse to stare at. I remember the day he took us to meet her. I'd actually gone to the same middle school as Vicky, and although we didn't really mix in the same circles back then, I remember her being a bright, bubbly and intelligent girl. I remember thinking to myself on our way down to see her, no doubt she's developed into a real classy young lady. As we finally arrived at the arranged meeting place, there she was, sat on a park bench with her mates drinking spirits from the bottle. I was wrong. As their relationship blossomed, it wasn't too long before you could see that it was one that was going to go the distance, and everyone fortunate enough to spend time with them could see that somewhere down the line this day would surely come. But Ben was always still around, and Vicky never kept him from us, and I love her for that. When I think of all the days and nights spent out as a group of mates, I don't think any of it would have been the same without him. Especially our mad weekends away and our drunken lads' holidays spent out in Greece. It was one night down the beach on the Greek island of Kos that Ben got himself into a rather fishy predicament. In the early hours of the morning, highly intoxicated and in a daring mood, Ben decided it would be a good idea to indulge in a bit of skinny dipping. I know. So he whipped off his trunks, simultaneously clearing the beach of all other holiday goers, who are no doubt still haunted by that vision to this very day. And free as a bird, out he swam into the sea. It wasn't long, however, before he came swimming back into shore, running back up the beach, holding his genitals with both hands. This was not due to a drop in temperature or a sudden loss of balls, but unfortunately for Ben, he hadn't anticipated sharing the water with a highly offended and deeply pissed off jellyfish. Now, by 1,000,000 to 1 shot, somehow it managed to sting him on the willy and the surrounding area, which Vicky will tell you is no mean feat. Rumour has it that it's very, very small. I say this because every time I walk into the pub with him, someone whispers, "Here comes Stalin with that short little penis." But anyway, with Ben in some distress and nobody really knowing what to do, someone remembered from an episode of Friends that you're supposed to urinate on the sting to alleviate the pain. And so, like a knight in shining armour, up stepped Neil and down came his trunk. I'm just joking, of course. Not even Neil's into anything that dirty. Couple more tequilas and a bit of ice and he was right as rain. Now, to set Ben in good stead as he embarks upon married life, I took it upon myself to have a look on the internet to try and find him some advice. And he'll be delighted to know that a successful marriage can often be compared to football. So Ben, try to follow these guidelines. Always ensure that you are fully committed every week. Try your best to score every Saturday. Make sure that you change hands at half time. To avoid injury, don't put your tackle in too hard. And never, never go in from behind, especially on your wedding night. So, Ben, how lucky are you anyway, mate? You're leaving Croatia with a beautiful, caring, kind and loving new wife. And Vicky, how lucky are you? You're leaving here with that gorgeous dress and a wicked tan. Well, I've really enjoyed, as I always do, poking fun at Ben today, and hopefully I've given him the most uncomfortable 5 minutes of his life. Vicky, he'll be giving you yours later on tonight. On a serious note though, I do just want to say that Ben truly is a top bloke and a top mate, one that's always been there for me. But it's not his generosity, his kindness, his selflessness, his loyalty, or his brilliant sense of humour. It's his ability to see through all my flaws and shortcomings, of which there's a lot, and still never think anything less of me. That's why I love this man, and why I know that Vicky made the best decision of her life saying yes on that sunny beach in Rio. I wish you both a long, happy and prosperous future together. Well, you'll all be as relieved as me to know that that's the end of my speech. All that's left for me to do is to ask you to please stand and charge your glasses to the new Mr. and Mrs. Stalin. To Ben and Vicky.
Ben and Vicky.
Robin.
And relax.
Do you want to put the end of this? Oh, I am here, because I'm recording it.
Press the red button.
And I am here.